chorb. How are we? Hope you all had a good Christmas and a New Year's and all that. And damn, it is hot today. But today we're going to take the Super out for its first, well, I'd say full throttle pulse. Well, mostly full throttle anyway. It's done a little bit of running, so now we're going to put a little bit more load to it, get it running a bit more. I also went, see if I can get my odometer to start working again. I'm just going through the diagram, and you see this right here, you see that block, that is the odometer. Okay, the camera cut off for some reason. That block there and that block there, that is the old instrument dash cluster. I don't have that dash anymore, but I still got this here. That is my odometer. So the yellow wire, that is power, just powers every gauge and sensor. We got this blue with white stripe, that's, oh wait, that's the speed sensor, this is the odometer. So that comes out of the, goes to the odometer, and it goes to your speedo gauge. I don't have that anymore, but here's the speed sensor. They both go. Sorry, my camera seems to be buggering up. But anyway, I joined red with this blue with red stripe, so the odometer's got power, no worries. And I'm gonna, the sensor's got power. I'm gonna send power, the sensor signal, the wheel speed sensor, straight to the odometer, and hopefully it works. Hopefully. Other than that, I've already been in there and I soldered them two wires together. They're in behind the dash. It's actually the right plug where you have your three plugs that plug into your original dash. Yeah, it's the right one. And I think it's like position 2 and 8 or something like that, but yeah. And another thing is that I've thought in advance that, yeah, this car makes a shitload of oil pressure. I do not have a restrictor on my turbo. This is just a filter. The dash 4 with a filter. The precision turbos do supposed to have a sort of restrictor in them. This is a ball bearing turbo. So I know this is wrong, and I've been wondering why I've been losing engine oil. It's not because it's not fully run in yet, oh, maybe a little bit, but you should see the oil pressure that this thing gets on cold start. Well, I wouldn't say it's completely cold, but it's a little bit cold. But the oil pressure on this sucker, cold start's about 115 psi, and once it warms up it'll drop down to about 50-ish, 50, 60. That's at idle. Now when it's hot, 3000 RPM, I'm pushing 80, 90 psi oil pressure. So I've already ordered the parts, and they should be rocking up shortly from Golby's. But check out this oil pressure. Look how high that is. And that's feeding, that's awesome. That is absolutely awesome for my engine, bearings and all that. Terrible for a turbo, ball bearing turbo. So too much oil pressure for a turbo, it's gonna go past the little seal and come out the front or go at the exhaust, and we're going to take this thing for a drive once it's warmed up and that oil pressure drops a bit. And I bet you when we do a full throttle, like a big rip anyway, I bet you it's going to blow that much smoke. Now everything's rebuilt, turbo's rebuilt, engine's rebuilt, it's running in, but I bet your oil's going to go past that rear seal. And the rear seal is nothing but a piston ring, so just remember, it's not an actual seal, it's like a piston ring, and it uses centrifugal force to sling the oil away from the seal. But if you ever fill it, and I've got a dash 10 drain on this thing, that's minimum, that's what Precision want. But a turbo should only run 40 to 45 psi. So I'm getting a few little parts that will come in the mail shortly, but first we'll go for a drive and we'll see what it does. Alright, let's go for a little drive. It's oil temps at 71 degrees, so that's good enough. It'll get better. I'll warm my gearbox up and warm everything up first. Oh man, that turbo. Man, you gotta love the sound of that turbo. Warm the sucker up. Get the diff oils warmed up, gearbox oils warmed up. Get everything up to temp. Don't be silly. Unfortunately, my odometer is still not working, so I'll have to go back to the diagrams and see what I can do to get that to work. But the odometer on the PowerTune digital dash, it's working. It's all fed by GPS. But I really want the original one to work, so I'll have to look back into that one. Temps at 79 degrees, engine temps at 85. I did a little bit of low cruising tuning and it seems to be working pretty good. For a decent pull. It'll only be on low boost since it's still running in at some 98, so it should make around the 600-ish horsepower. Low boost is set to, I think it's 24 pound. It might be 25 pound. Oh, I forget what low boost was. But it's I'll usually be able to see on the dash here. That's the gauge anyway. Well, we'll drive out to my little spot where we can do a pull. Time and place in town is not the right time or the place. Out of town on a deserted road, that's the right time and place. I'll get back to you when we get out there. Righto, here's the little street. The road's not the best, but barely gets used. So no, there's a couple. Yeah. Like I'm traveling at 3,000 RPM and I still have the 83 PSI oil pressure, so that turbo is going to really cop it when I start getting up into the RPMs. Yeah, definitely going to have to do something about that one. I will do a little, we'll go second gear, little pull, feel it out, and then we'll gradually get into it. It drives nice, really good. That's 100 Ks. Drives really nicely. Righto, we'll go 100k pull, third gear, and then fourth gear. Smoking. Yep. The turbo definitely has way too much oil pressure. But I'll see. We'll do one more pull, but I'll aim this mirror out the back here, and hopefully you guys will be able to see it. Let's have a look. Whereabouts are you? There you go. You might not be able to see it, but it definitely does smoke on the diesel. So it's definitely got an oil pressure issue with the turbo. Way too much oil pressure. So I'm going to have to regulate that oil pressure. I've already got the parts coming. But this thing pulls. This is only on 98 pump fuel. I think it's about 24 pound a boost, 25. It's probably making around 600 horsepower. I'd say it is. And I think the timing's set to around about 20 degrees. Well, that was its first good pull. Engine temps are at 86, oil temps at 92, fuel temps at 52. Oh, it drives so good. Hopefully you will be able to see out the back window there all the smoke on the diesel. while, and then we'll go home, let it cool down for a bit, and check everything over. So we'll get up to 100 k's third gear. Test the aircon out. And do a little extra tune, just get the fuel right, get the fan to come on a little sooner. The engine temps are at 90 at the moment. I haven't programmed, the fans are probably would be on right now, but I probably should get them to turn off when I'm at a decent highway speed. Oh yeah, the aircon's starting to work. Sweet. I must have a bad tie rod. This thing's a little bit skittish left and right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that one out. Engine temps are climbing, so I'll have to sort out the aircon issue. Very good. She loves it. And straight to idle. This thing is running really well. Little second gear action. I'll go back into town. We'll let it cool off and check a few things over. So this has actually been a really good, its first full little rip on the run-in tune. Really good. Alright guys, I'll get back to you when we get back home. Well, back in town now, but there really must be something wrong with one of them tie rod ends. It's got a little bit of a, left-right bloody uncertainty, so take her home, let it cool down, check a few things over. I might leave that for now, and well, we'll catch you on the next one. Like, subscribe guys, it does help, it's free. If you don't, if you want to unsubscribe later, that's fine with me. Almost there. You're gonna love that turbo. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy. Like, subscribe please. This is what I mean about too much oil pressure. Way too much oil pressure.